Alright, we live, y'all. This is the last week of the season. Quite a few of these teams got games that don't mean nothing.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. We back. Marky Love, Al, Rue, Dana Dan with Fame, the Happy Stories in the mix.
Yeah, if y'all anybody don't remember my man Dane, you just check out week 9, Water Gargantuas, and you don't remember my man.
Dane ass on the set is sleep, snoring like a bear with honey in his gut. Part 2.
There you go.
He wrecked the show, so he came back to reconcile.
And technically, Hood Guru wrecked the show.
The Happy Snore.
For Baltimore, yeah, but, you know.
They both conspired to get us off track of what we do, when we do, how we do.
Yeah, man.
Now they cool in the boys.
Happy holidays.
So, how you want to step to this, man? AFC, NFC, what you want to talk
Well,
about?
we're going to save the talk for last.
All right.
Let's start off with the NFC.
All right, NFC. New York Giants came this close to having to go out and buy a machine that kicks themselves in the ass.
Yeah.
They almost missed the playoffs.
But you know what? I don't think they play hard for that coach. They don't, well, it's not that. That coach is a bad chemistry for them.
You know, I think it's that. I think, you know, Rue hit it best when we talked about Brandon Jacobs running the ball.
Right.
And I was like, they good. They got Brandon Jacobs running the ball. And he was like, Washington.
Yeah.
They got little nuances that says we ain't stepping up.
Right.
And then when they lost Shockey, it made it even worse.
Right.
I think they're tired of listening to Coughlin. You just grow tired of hearing your wife nagging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not that they don't hate their wives, but you know, you get tired of hearing your boss complain. That's the situation you have in New York.
Man.
It's a quiet mutiny. Tiki Barber touched on it a little bit. If you read between the lines, it's a quiet mutiny in New York. Now, they having a discussion of should they play, should they not play, should he rest the players for the playoffs? I'm like, what about playoffs?
Yeah.
It's about winning. What you need to do to win is put the best people out there that's going to try to give you your best effort winning the game.
And I feel both their comments,
Right.
but I think I said it best on one of them weeks. You wouldn't get far. Yeah, so that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah.
I don't have confidence in New York like y'all don't have confidence in y'all quarterback.
Man.
Yeah.
Fuck it, take it.
Yeah.
Cowboys, man, big ups to them. They've handled their business. They've only lost 2 games.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They're the powerhouse of the NFC along with Green Bay.
They ain't the powerhouse. They just got a good record this year.
Well, you know, you can make a good argument on that.
Right.
You know, I'm just gonna give it to
They
them,
surprisingly came out with the new coach and did good this year.
Right. So they are where they are, and they've earned it. So they're the top notch. They're the top seed. You're gonna have to go through them. For them, hopefully T.O. will get healthy. I think they'd be more dangerous if they actually had Terry Glenn than they would be with the other dude. Can't think of his name. But they're the top of the food chain in the NFC East. And just, you know, even though we're going to go through all of the NFC, we're all in agreement that they're getting led to slaughter whoever come out the NFC, right?
I agree with that. I just want to mention on that Cowboys note, it's time to check the egos at the door. The Eagles are starting to rise up, and this time you don't need to be Eagles, you need to be Cowboys. Play as a team, and if you play as a team and play hard, you may have a chance to do something.
Green Bay. They went out and tanked one like a mug. What did Brett Favre say in a post-game interview?
I'm not going to lie to you. It was cold. It was cold as hell.
So I look at it like those two, they got the first 2 buys. But now let's talk about Tampa Bay and Seattle. Who's for real out there?
Ah, man, you know what? I think both of them are for real, but it's going to come down to what team that's not going to play to their expect. Because they'll sneak up and get you, dog. Both of them teams are capable of getting in there and surprising the team.
I think out of the 2, Seattle's more real. I think Tampa Bay is a tough, hard-nosed team. My man, Fountain of Youth, I can't remember. Joey Galloway. Yeah. Joey Galloway has found the Fountain of Youth. Jeff Garcia, to me, is the comeback player of the year. Anybody do better than him as far as
I can say this, and I'm not going to waste the people's time. Tampa Bay and Seattle don't have nothing to do with the playoffs this year, but technically they'll be in it. But what I'm going to say to you, you know it's out of Dallas and Green Bay. But my comment on Tampa Bay and Seattle, Seattle hasn't really found its rhythm as far as making Sean Alexander the focal point. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but Seattle's not the same. We know that.
Right.
Okay, Tampa Bay, they're not as consistent as they need to be. So both those teams right now, they just make the NFL the NFL.
Well, Tampa defense is old horses. I think with Seattle, man, they defense has carried their offense more so. Kind of like a Chicago, but they won some games quietly under the radar to give them a 10-5 record.
Right. All right, and I respect
defense, but they got to score some point.
Right.
Their defense is not a Baltimore
Nah,
type defense where they, you know, or Jacksonville, last year's Jacksonville for that matter.
Right.
Where in Chicago at that point too, where you got a defense that lets the offense know 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals, we'll win this.
Right. I put them at their poor man's Chicago, their poor man's Baltimore, because they got a decent secondary. Lofa and the rest of them linebackers ain't bad.
Well, that's who holds them down.
They'll be under that.
Kearney and the other cat they got from Frisco ain't that bad.
Right.
You know, it's a cool defense. Here's what scares me about them. I've only seen the Hasselbeck theory show up twice this whole season.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them scary as far as being like they won't do their thing. But and I'm gonna just say this here. I think if you're talking about a team that might take Dallas out, Seattle. Seattle is a team that I think could possibly beat Dallas.
Yeah.
If Dallas rolled them and stomped them in the wine, I wouldn't be shocked.
Right.
But if Seattle shook up the world, I wouldn't be shocked either.
And make it a close game, because them the games that they can win.
There you go. So
I think Dallas could score enough points to beat Seattle. I think Seattle this year can't score enough points to help their defense. That's my opinion right now. And I know Seattle got a damn good defense. I like the player. Yeah. That's one of my favorite players.
Trufant is nice, man.
Yeah. And Moises' son, younger Tutupu.
Yeah.
Lofa.
Yeah. Now the rest of these cats trying to get in. Minnesota, the Saints, and who's the other one trying to sneak in? Is it Washington, or is Washington done?
I think this.
Who's gonna get them 2 wild cards?
All of them still. It could be a 3-way tie.
Yeah.
And I think it will go to the Saints if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Maybe I could be wrong, but I'm going to say Minnesota. I'm not going to even include Minnesota because you fucked yourself.
Yeah.
You young cats disappoint me. I love the way you play, but you
gotta learn. You gotta learn. You gotta learn.
Washington is playing the most inspired ball right now.
Yeah.
We know the reasons why.
Right.
Washington is playing more like a team than anybody out of those 3 teams. If I would say the same.
They got a good chance of beating Dallas this weekend coming up, dog.
Yeah, because Dallas gonna try and rest because they didn't play for it. But I'm gonna say
if Dallas didn't rest their players.
Yeah.
Washington is playing inspired.
I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna leave it alone. Bounce over to AFC.
Okay.
Washington, for y'all playing the way y'all played these last 3 games, it's totally impressive. Because I thought for sure y'all was ready to pack it up and go home.
Yeah.
So for y'all to play like y'all playing, big ups to Mr. DC.
My apologies to you because I didn't think I thought y'all was gonna pack it in.
Yeah,
but you handled Minnesota well.
No doubt.